What's going on there, guys? So, as some of you guys know, because I posted earlier, I'm very close to 20,000 subs. 3,000 videos posted almost. 7 or 8 years to get here. A lot of ups and downs. You know, a lot of people subscribe to my channel, not just motorcycle stuff, but I've been flying drones since like 2012. I started on GPS and worked my way into FPV slowly. You know, and I had good friends to help me along the way. And that's what this video is going to be about here is I want to really give a shout out to the people that were there from the beginning with FPV stuff. Not so much the GPS, but the people that were in the FPV community that really helped me along. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not even that great of a pilot. I'm okay, I'm all right. But no, I'm nowhere near the level of half the guys I fly with. I just fly very different. I'm more of a cinematic flyer. I do flips and rolls and that kind of stuff, but I'm more of a cinematic pilot. You know, going out with these guys has really taught me where I stand in the community of pilots. I think the reason that I get a lot more subscribers, though, is not just the motorcycle stuff that I do, but I'm a fun personality. That's what I am. I'm a very fun person to be around. I try to be, anyways. I have a very fun personality. I'm easy to open up to, and I enjoy having fun. But this list is a list that I made of people from my beginnings in FPV that have really helped me out a lot. Some of these people you're going to know, some of them you've never heard of before. This is my opportunity to give those guys a shout out for some of those unknown pilots that you guys have just never heard of, right? Ever. I have a delivery coming here. Give me a second to answer this delivery. My apologies, I just had a delivery here. It's an interesting way to have to stop the video, but it is what it is. So this is the group of pilots from my FPV experience that that have personally helped me from start to finish. If I excluded anyone, I apologize, guys. But these were the main people that really helped me get through it. Like I said, some of these are going to be some larger names. A lot of you guys will probably know some of these people, and some of them you've never heard of. I encourage you to go check out their YouTube channels. I really do. A lot of these pilots are incredible. Like a lot of you, a lot of these pilots are incredible, and they have never been found or discovered. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to try to shine some light on some of these pilots now that I'm getting, you know, up into the numbers here. And I think I can help some of these guys. And remember, I'm helping the people that helped me. This is my idea here with this list. I encourage you guys to go check out some of these pilots. So I'm going to start with my buddy Brian. Drone On YouTube channel. Brian has been with me a very long time. Very long time. He is, I consider him a very good friend of mine. He is a very solid dude, very knowledgeable, hell of a pilot, edits all his own music, makes his own music, all of the above. He's an incredible guy. He's been with me since almost day one of FPV. He's the one that really got me into it. Well, I kind of got him into it, and then he just took over and really learned a lot, and then sucked me back into it. So, but Brian, Drone On YouTube channel, has been there a very long time for me. Sean, Mr. Sparks FPV, another really kind of gone under the, you know, just didn't get recognized as being an influencer in the FPV scene. Hell of a pilot, really is, man. Loves to vlog, still puts out content today, just like Brian, but unfortunately, just a lot of people did not come across his channel. He's one of the Goon Squad members with me. You know, I try to help all my boys out. I got to tell you, man, Sparks has been a very solid dude since I've known him. One hell of a pilot. If you have not checked out his channel, I suggest that you do that. Here's another one. Most of you guys are probably going to know Edwin. Edwin Rodriguez, E-Rod Yo, fucking hell of a pilot, just ridiculous. You know, E-Rod and me both ride motorcycles, and we do a lot of stuff. He's local to me. We fly, comes out to the events. I go to his stuff. I also watch him play instruments. He's in a band. I mean, he's been a very solid pilot to learn from. Very cool individual. He's also Rotor Riot pilot, for those of you guys who don't know, but he is a just one hell of a pilot. And he's going through a lot right now, guys. He's kind of taking a hiatus from the tube. You know, he's very, very busy. I encourage you, if you have not checked out Erod's channel, to go do that. He also has a 3D printing store, and he 3D prints pretty much everything, especially FPV stuff. So if you need something, he's a go-to guy if you really want a solid build of anything 3D printed. Erod's also a hell of a pilot to learn from. I mean, obviously, if he made it on Rotor Riot as a pilot, then he's a hell of a pilot. To me, he's just a very good friend. And I encourage you to check out his channel, just like the rest of these guys. We're going to get to Billy Hackett. Though Billy's never really helped me like equipment-wise, or like helped me set up drones or any of the stuff like the rest of these guys, I have learned a lot from him hanging out. I've learned some definite pilot maneuvers that I didn't think I was capable of until I watched Billy do it and had some things explained to me. A lot of you guys probably know Billy Hackett. He's a huge supporter of Bot Grinder. I mean, I'm sure you've heard his name by now throughout the community. But Billy's a very solid dude. Very good, fun individual to be around, let's say that. And he's normally pretty much up for whatever. He's the fuck around and find out guy that just has fun. And Billy's been there a couple times when I've needed to be out with somebody of Billy's caliber. So if you haven't checked out Billy Hackett, check him out. Hell of a pilot too. Very good pilot. Derek and Natalie and their son Jivo. I'm just going to give you the one direct YouTube channel. And they are very good people. They sold their kayak business. I was huge into kayaking. As you can see, I got some behind me. I got more over on the shelf. I was a fisherman for a while doing angler stuff. I got to say that Derek and Natalie and their kid, Jivo, are a lot of fun. They're very good people. They're traveling the world right now doing FPV stuff. You would find their show under Destination FPV, but the main channel for those guys would be That Guy Fly. So if you haven't checked him out, definitely check out my boy Derek. Get some of his merchandise, get some of his gear, help him make their travels around the world. They're just really cool people, especially when they lived here. Most of the people that I'm naming on this list are all people I associate with, that live close to me, that I do things with. Okay, they're not just randoms. These people are people I do stuff with weekly, monthly. You know, this is people I fuck with personally. They are friends of mine, right? I love these people to death. They've been extremely helpful in my FPV, time in my FPV community. So I'm giving them shout outs. Here's another good one. Dan and Gank. Most of you have probably heard of Gank Frames. Matt Gank and Dan Piper Parkinson. Very solid guys. Both of them have their own individual channels, but they run one simultaneously together. That's the one I'm going to give you. That is Optimized Drone. Dan is a really cool dude. So is Matt. Matt produces some incredible frames. Incredible bashing frames. I mean, just, you can punish these frames and they just take it. Also, some of the smoothest flying frames ever. But big shout outs to Dan. Dan came, he actually lived local before he moved away. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. Dan came out when I was really struggling, just kind of mad at the world, and really pepped up my day. About 2 years ago now, Dan came out to hang out with us and gave me a 3-inch baby wasp drone, a prototype that I had flown for almost 2 years straight before I finally lost it in a tree. But I punished that thing. It was one of the coolest things that I ever got from Dan. Big shout outs to Dan. He's a very solid guy. So if you haven't checked out Optimized Drone, Dan and Gank are really good people. They really are. You know, we started off as not really being friends. There was actually an incident that took place with my buddy. We won't go into the whole story, but came off a little trollish at first with each other until we figured out that we're just cool people trying to do cool things, and then we became friends. So that was a very fun thing to experience with him, and also become awesome friends after the fact. So shout outs to Dan and Matt. Super solid dudes, man. Mad Chad Chiller and the Goon Squad, FPV. So for those of you guys who don't know, I am kind of an old school Goon Squad member. I don't really participate like I used to. I used to be pretty big into it. I still represent those guys. They're very awesome, but I've kind of split off and done my solo thing. However, the Goon Squad was a big part of me getting into FPV. especially when I was doing stuff with Cigar City Multi-Rotor, Dave Cagle and that crew. Goon Squad was very arm opening to me, and so I've been representing them ever since. Solid group of dudes, they really are. All of them, they're really chill. Sparks is in there, you know, Mehop is in there, and he's next on my list actually. So we're going to talk about that. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Goon Squad, man, they're a pack of hella good pilots. Actually, I think Erod's probably part of the Goon Squad too. So Chris Mehop. Chris is a friend of mine who also lives local. Another pilot that is incredible, that just flew under the radar, that nobody really recognized for his skill set. Now, guys, granted, I know a lot of you are probably amazing pilots, and you wish you could get recognized, and whatever the case is, all I can say is hard work, dedication. Don't stop believing in yourself. Push every boundary you can. When somebody says you can't, you fucking do it and prove them wrong. I promise. I promise. If I listened to every goddamn person that told me I was never going to do it, you can't, it sucked, you know, dude, I would have never gotten anywhere. I would have been mad at my numbers all the time. So I don't listen to any of those people, man. I love my haters. I really do. I love haters. They just drive me to succeed. It is amazing how far you can push your mental capacity to succeed. Sometimes you just got to put your mind to it. So don't give up, guys. I promise you. Just because I'm not shouting out your name today does not mean that you guys don't have the same opportunities as the rest of us, right? It just sometimes happens, and it takes that one right video or situation to put you where you want to be, and then, you know, capitalize on it, make good. And when you do it, take your friends with you. Take your fucking friends with you, man. There is no reason why you can't take your friends with you on that journey. If you get successful, take your closest friends that helped you get where you are. That's what I'm here today to do. So, but Chris is one of them. Just Mehop. Hasn't posted in about 2 months, but hell of a pilot. If you guys can, go over there, subscribe, show him some love, man. I'm sure he would really appreciate the love. All these guys. Dave Cagle, Cigar City Multi-Rotor. If it wasn't for these guys, probably wouldn't have met half the pilots that I'm associated with now. Erod, Sparks, all these guys. If I had never gotten into Cigar City Multi-Rotor, the local group with Dave Cagle and them, I never would have met half of these guys that are on this list. At least half of these guys that are on this list. So shout outs to Dave Cagle for setting that up. I know that he's not as into it as he was, but still, man, awesome dude. They do have a web page, a Facebook, and a YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want to. Trust me, there's some really good pilots in there. And last but not least, Jeff, my boy Jeff, Devil Dogs FPV. If you guys have not checked him out, you should definitely do that. He builds some of the sickest showroom floor drones ever. And like maybe a year and a half ago, I had busted up my 5-inch pretty bad, and I was really hurting for funds at the time. And Jeff went over to his car, pulled out this just miraculous rig. It was just such a phenomenal drone. He just handed it to me. He goes, "Here you go, bro. Rip it." Dude, I'm never going to punish this quad like it should. I want you to take this thing and terrorize it in the sky. And I was like, dude, you got it. And I think that was on the Marmot frame when that was still a big thing, was the Marmot. So maybe it was like 2 years ago. But I'll tell you what, I punished that quad straight for 2 years and loved it. So shout out to Jeff, man. Devil Dogs FPV was a really solid guy. I'm sure I've missed some of you guys on my list. Please don't take it personal. But these are the ones that really stand out to me heavily, that have influenced me in some way or really had a major impact. And they are all people I have hung out with. They're not just randoms on the internet. These are people that I chill with, that I see all the time, dedicate themselves to this hobby that we do. So, you know, it's unfair of me to say that I did all this myself, because I didn't. If it wasn't for at least this is on the low end. If it wasn't for at least this group of people, I wouldn't even be where I'm at. I'm pretty sure about that. Most likely that's accurate. I wouldn't be where I'm at. All these people had influence or impact on me in some way. So shout outs to all these dudes. If you guys get a chance to shout your boys out, do it. And I want to add a special thanks here, guys, to Fly Tribe. You know, I have a lot of respect for the Fly Tribe magazine, because they are the only ones that are doing this. Only ones that even thought it would be a great idea to pursue a magazine for just pilots. I'm friends with these guys, by the way. The entire Fly Tribe crew I'm friends with. I fly with sometimes. We go out, we hang out in St. Pete. You know, the writers, the photo people, all of them. I am friends with these guys. And I have to say, I'm super impressed by these guys and how they put things together and how quickly they did it. Just a group of cool dudes that brought this magazine to you guys. If you have not checked out Fly Tribe magazine, you should 100% do that. It is a magazine by pilots for pilots. I know Josh Bardwell has talked about him, some of the other people, but I got to tell you, man, these guys are doing awesome things, and they highlight a lot of good pilots or people that are, you know, just your average normal people too, just your randoms, like, you know, that you would never have heard of on any other basis unless you had read about it in Fly Tribe. And that's what I'm trying to do with my list here today, guys, is do the same thing that they're doing, just my personal list of people that pushed me and pushed the boundaries of what I do. So mad respect for this list, mad respect for Fly Tribe. You guys are awesome. And that's pretty much it from me. So we are going to cross this 20,000 threshold hopefully by the end of this year, and sky's the limit, man. You know, I hope I can keep producing content for you guys that you enjoy. I hope I can put some of you on the map. I hope I inspire some of you, and I hope some of you inspire me. I would love to see your content as well, man. You know, push the boundaries of everything you do. That's all I can say. Fuck around and find out. If you don't fuck around, you won't find out. That's reality. So I'll catch you guys on the flip. I realize this wasn't a huge motorcycle discussion today, but I've been flying drones about as long as I've been doing bike stuff, and I've intertwined the hobby. So be expecting more from me. It's going to be fun. If you haven't had a chance to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man, I encourage you to do it. I'm a fun channel. You will get a lot of motorcycle content. You don't have to watch those videos if you're just a drone guy, but I do drone and motorcycle stuff. So every once in a while, you'll definitely catch a drone video in there with bike stuff. And I try to post at least one FPV video a week, maybe two, depending on how busy I get or something I set up. So if you're not subscribed, you won't know. If you ride, consider joining. I teach you guys a lot about how to fix motorcycles and do stuff, man. I also do vlogs and adventures. So could be fun. All right, catch you guys on the flip. Toodles.